Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Macro Crest, where we focus on fundamentals for our directional bias and technicals for our entry, for precision and all that. Last week we had a slow week with less or little volatility. We had a yen weakness due to this average cash earnings, and a week ago we had a little I think unemployment rate something on the yen, which caused its weakening. We have unemployment rate that also caused the weakening in the USD. We also had the CPI last week too, and CAD caught the interest rate, which is beautiful, and the market moved as we expected, but it was slower than anticipated. Looking at this week, and what we do have for this week is I think there's going to be some form of volatility this week. We have retail sales, we have CPI on the card, which the market is already pricing in. It's either going to be neutral to higher than previous. Then the BOJ policy rate, which the market is pricing in that there will be no hike, no cut, so it will be just where it was. And that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the statement from the policy. So we'd see how that's from this press conference. That's what we would use in understanding where the yen will be going to. But it's still bullish to me. And the FOMC, which the market is expecting not to cut. But should they surprise us in cutting, it's going to be a dead game for the USD. We have the GDP for NZD. We have unemployment for the labor for Aussie. And then Clement change for the pound, which the market is pricing in average earnings coming in less than previous, and the Clement change, which the market is just pricing neutral for the pound. SNB to cut, but should they hold to be bullish Swiss, and the pound also is going to hold. So pound, I'm looking at a bullish statement from them. That's what we're looking at. There is a national core CPI for the yen, which is not really of importance for now. So first of all, we look at Dixie, because I'm bearish on the USD, and this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the USD going lower, at least to 102.1. Let's just say 102.0 area. So I'm expecting the USD to drop. Weakness in the USD. We have the yen neutral to bullish, the CAD bearish, the Swiss neutral to bearish. But should they hold, it will be very, very shocking for us. And the euro, I'm still bullish on the euro for now, due to the inflation data that came out I think 2 weeks ago made it possible that way, and the pound is bullish also in a sense. So looking at the chart, what we do have is Aussie yen first, and what I see is I'm expecting this market to head over this zone, look for confirmation to short, or it takes this as liquidity and then we continue shorting. Why? Because on the weekly time frame, it's very clear that we are going to the downside. Our euro card, I'm looking at longs on this guy, but the market is not really giving me that much of way to long. So what I'll be looking out for is I'll look for confirmation to long here. This is the upside, or the market uses this as liquidity and then we continue to the upside. That's for euro card. Why? Is because the card, they cut the interest rate last week. The euro Swiss could be the same in terms of long, but I don't know what the Swiss National Bank has in store for us. But if they should be cutting, and probably this guy might just continue to the upside. It's just very plain simple. Now the euro yen, this is based on the yen strength. This, I'm still bearish on this for now. So this place, should the market open and it goes lower, then I'll look to short it all the way down. It's just very basic. We have the Euro USD, which if we look at it from the weekly time frame, this is our lower low and this is our lower high. This is our lower low. But the broader picture on the monthly time frame, this is our lower low, this is our lower high, potential lower low. Can we say that there, if we look at this, there's an imbalance somewhere here? So potentially could this price head up to 1.17 region before we start looking for shorts? Probably. So if that's the case, we go to the weekly time frame. I'm longing this guy all the way up to 1.10 area, I think. Yes, 1.10 area. So markets longs all the way up there. We go to our GBP USD, is equivalently the same thing, but the price action is not too clean. We could have this from there. It's not bad. The yen, pound yen, nothing much. Now this pound card is not giving us a clear signal as to where we expect price to, but should this demand, or it would use this as our liquidity to push to the upside. So that's what we have for that. And NZD card. So this week I think the NZD is kind of showing strength. So if you look at this NZD card, we could say this was a structure point, and then this was a breakout structure. So we have this, you can say this is our lower low. So we're looking for our lower high, and I'm anticipating price to head to this point. The weekly time frame, so if you look at your daily and your 4 hours, you can just look for confirmation to re-enter, because this is a continuation leg all the way up here. We have NZD Swiss. Yes, so on the weekly and the daily, I'm looking, since they'll be cutting, I'm looking at this guy as liquidity, so I'm expecting the price to head here before we can start looking for shorts, since it's Swiss is kind of strong generally. USD card, sorry, the USD card, this is what I'm seeing. This is here, this is here. So this is a pullback on this guy, and on the daily time frame and the 4 hours, this is what I'm anticipating. Should go lower, price should go lower on the USD card. On the USD Swiss, I'm expecting price to head here, and then we short, because this is a squeeze. So USD Swiss, USD yen is almost the same thing. USD yen, a grab of liquidity, and then a tank. So that's still it. Let's do have a blessed week.